Hello my dear YouTuber friends, and I hope you're all keeping well. Welcome to this new video. Look at that rattling and rolling. This one's about the fantastic duo, the stupendous duo, the amazing duo, whichever I'm gonna call it. It's the Moza Throttle Quadrant with the force feedback stick. My goodness, what an experience you have with these. I want to make a video about them. I've had them for a couple of months plus. It's possibly some of the most fun I've had playing flight sim, playing flight simulation of any sort, full stop. In this video, well, firstly, I'm going to give you a review, quick review of the Throttle Quadrant. Like I said, I've had it a couple of months, and I've not yet done a review of it, so it's high time I rectify that and do a review of it, give you my quick thoughts on that. Then come back to these two and explain why I'm enjoying these two fantastic products together. Absolutely immense experience. Then I'll give you my conclusions, recommendations, and all that good stuff. Listen, let's not dilly-dally. Look at it. Let's get on with this video. So let's first start with my long overdue review of the Moza Throttle Quadrant. Like I said before, I've had this at least for a couple of months, and I've just been waiting for the right time to do a review on it, and now I feel it is the right time for it. Beautifully built Throttle Quadrant. I've got it on its side to give you its best angle. I will move it around so you can see it from all different angles. Very robust, metal-esque feeling switches and knobs, and goodness knows what, or more the switches, as I'll get onto in a moment. Very, very nice. You've got a load of knobs, which actually acts as buttons in the sim, so if you want to set them for things like heading mode, autopilot stuff, you can do all that. Look at it. Let me just turn it this way. It looks like it's been ripped straight from an authentic fighter jet, doesn't it? Looks like, for all intents and purposes, even a little notice there, like the real thing. I've not seen a Throttle Quadrant, honestly, that looks as good as this one. It's the reason it's remained on my desk since I've got it. That's already a big recommendation, isn't it? Loads of switches. I mean, another one there, another three-way switch, metal switch again. Metal throttle as well, which feels wonderful. Switches at the front, switches around the back. A couple of, what do you call them, pinky switches? Switches you can lift up. I'll come back to the throttle functions in just a little while. More there. Just spot on for their, I think this is their first flight sim Throttle Quadrant. I mean, what on earth? It would take companies years to construct something like that. After trial and error, they've done it straight away, which is brilliant. Now, the Throttle Quadrant, you get two separate throttles. Well, let me just move this around. You can separate them. Lift up that switch there. And then move it to the side. And then you've got two separate throttles to join them back up. Get them joined up first. Let's just move it up a bit. And you can move that switch back and down. And then you've got one throttle back. Wonderful feeling throttle. Whilst we're on the throttle, you've got two Allen key holes here. This is to adjust the tension on the throttle, so you don't need to open it up. Wonderful addition, that. You can just amend the tension there. Feels just right for me. A lot of these throttles do out of the box, so they must test it first to see how it feels there. It just performs nice. When you first get it, you don't get that smooth action. You get these fitted onto the throttle. Now, can I show you that base? See that little half circle there? These are fitted on. I won't fit them back on. You do get the nuts and bolts and Allen keys with it. And basically, to move it along its axis, you have to lift these to get past those bumps. I didn't like that. I wanted a smooth throttle. So you can have it both ways. You can have it where you got to lift these to get back past certain detents on the throttle, or you can remove them and have one smooth throttle. That's just another brilliant addition, and I've not seen that specifically, that specific design on another throttle quadrant, which is brilliant to see. Now, I do want to pick up on a couple of my own misgivings. Like I said, wonderful build, built to last. These knobs are very plastic. Let's just say plastic before I get myself into trouble there. Feeling knobs, and they are just like plastic. They could have been a little bit better, maybe even metal-esque switches there, just to go with the rest, just to go with the look of the rest of the throttle. They seem a little bit out of place, even though they work well, and they still feel very robust. Just plastic, and it just doesn't seem to suit the rest of the design, but that's my opinion. It does say it's got haptic feedback, so when you're moving the throttle you can feel some haptic feedback. I've never been able to do that. I've updated it to various different things in the Moza program. Let me just show you a screenshot of that on screen. You can amend certain parameters of the throttle quadrant. Don't think you can the lighting that I found. You only get the green lighting, but you can adjust the brightness and adjust certain things and parameters of the buttons and switches, that type of thing. Let's just take it off screen. But I've never been able to get the vibration, the haptic feedback. Now I trust Moza, they're pushing out updates and firmware updates all the time. It's quite new. I can imagine that's coming soon, but for me, you know, haptic feedback on a throttle, that's more a gimmick. This is where it's at, which I'll be showing you later. By the way, I did a review of this force feedback flight stick separately. That's linked in the description. I just want to concentrate on this because I've not done a review on this yet. So yeah, it will come eventually, but to be honest, I'm not missing it. And without it, it just feels like I'm not sure I'm going to use it. In fact, the haptic feedback of this, it just feels like a superb throttle quadrant with a couple of minor gripes. Listen, like I said to you, I've had this on my desk since receiving it. Love the look of it, and it's usually more that way. It's a big unit. I have to bring it a bit forward for me to get the full range. Massive resolution in that throttle as well. So it's like the other height. It's like it's something like Virpal, Warthog throttle, something like that. It gives you about the same high resolution, so you're going to have a good time in helicopters hovering with ease with that one as well. If I ever refer to a throttle from now on, it's likely going to be this one I'm going to be using until the next greatest and latest thing. I don't know, it's going to be a difficult one to beat. Listen, that's my review of the Moza Throttle. It retails, I've not mentioned, £329. I'll link the Moza website down below. It's the same price range as something like the Virpal or Warthog throttle. Any sort of mid to high-end throttle. It's within the same price range, so highly competitive on that. Okay, let me just get the sim started, and I'll go for a fly with using both this incredible throttle quadrant and that amazing force feedback flight stick. Now then, I'm set up in the Spitfire in Flight Sim 2024, just at a random place. Seems like there's a thunderstorm going on around here. Let me just bring in the camera. There we go, you can see my flight stick, the force feedback rattling and rolling around there while it's on the ground. Seems like there's a thunderstorm somewhere. I keep hearing thunder, which is interesting. Now, I don't want to get my hand in the way, so I don't want to put this arm here because it's going to block your view. I'll do that a little bit just to show you, because typically that's the way I have it. Have my hand there, fully immersed. This I've turned round just so you can see it. The lip of this desk is stopping the full forward motion of that, so I have to bring it forward to something like that. Have it slightly set up. Don't bang on the floor. Have it slightly set up differently when I'm flying just by myself. I just want to try and give you a good picture. Let's... Oh, that's so much rattling. One of the... Oh, I'll get it later. One of the screws fell off. Let me just move them back. Right, let's just throttle up. I'll put this hand here for now. About halfway, maybe. Get my feet on my rudders. In an awkward position here, but it should be okay. Let's just put that a bit more forward. Oh, I can feel that vibration going right through my chair there. Right, let's come this way a bit. It's wanted to take off. You take off. Get outside. Now, throttle quadrant. Set buttons up for whatever you want. I'll show you a few of them. Landing gear up. And you can feel the vibration. It's difficult to come across, but that is rattling in my hand with the landing gear raising. You can set that up with the perimeters. I won't turn it off because I might lose the force feedback of the stick if you do that mid-flight. But if you turn it off, it's just a dead stick. All the axes here are controlled via force feedback. Let me just jump in the aircraft again. Oh, it's getting a bit cloudy here suddenly. And yet when you do that, you can feel... You know, if you do certain maneuvers, you can feel the force feedback kicking in, saying, oh, just be careful doing that. I'm going to give you some feedback. Oh, can you hear the rattling there? I don't know if you can... No, you probably won't be able to hear that on camera. But you can hear... Now, here you can feel the force feedback. Let me just finish what I'm saying there. Force feedback through the stick when you do some maneuvers that are maybe just pushing the aircraft. Oh, that was really fighting against me. It's not rattling as much now, it's in the air, and that's the way you can set it up as well, but you're still getting a force feedback, and you're still getting vibrations. You're just not possibly been able to see that on the camera as much. Wonderful feeling. This is why I'm using this as much as I am, because it's just the fun. Now, typically, I'll have my hand here, so let's just bring the throttle back, push it forward again, get some airspeed in there. Do some maneuvers. Maybe I need to get a bit higher before I do sorts of barrel rolls, aileron rolls, and goodness knows what. Couple of switches. Oh, I've got this one on my stick as trim. Little sort of two-way rocker there. There you go. So I could trim down, get myself in better trim. Got this switch. Active pause. Just as an example. Click it again. It will unpause it. Another switch here. Flaps. Take them back up. And you can do all sorts. Go wild with the amount of switches you got on both units here. This is... Really feel that force feedback kicking in. It's just reacting. It's difficult to explain, but it's pushing against you as you're trying to do certain maneuvers. I've got mine set a little bit loose because I'm in a Spitfire and I want to do maneuvers such as that. But if you do something wrong, you can feel it from the stick. And if it vibrates a lot, it means it's on the edge of possibly stalling. Or engine stress, something of that sort. Wonderful feeling. Difficult to bring across in a video. Really is. A few more buttons and things set up. So I can look over the aircraft wings and goodness knows what. Oh, what a feeling. Whoa, that thunderstorm. This really feels especially dramatic as you're flying near a thunderstorm. I wonder where that is. I can hear it. I can't see it as much. Maybe I'll go and hunt for it. Oh, there it is over there, possibly. Let's head this way towards here. It's getting louder and louder. Let's come down. Let's feel that force feedback through the stick. I can't portray enough through a video of how that feels in your hand. And when you've got your hands on both of them and you're controlling them, doing weird maneuvers. It's just absolutely immense. Listen, I'm going to fly on. Let's try and reach this thunderstorm. Let me take you to my conclusion and recommendations. So conclusion, recommendations. Listen, if you have the means, you are going to fall in love with this. Once you've gone force feedback, it really is difficult to go back to anything else. Listen, I've been doing live streams over on my Twitch channel, Flying Spitfires, just because I want to have fun with this and this throttle quadrant. Together, they just make an amazing duo. You know, Moza being the new kid on the block, essentially, for flight simulation. They've been around for some time, of course, in the racing scene. But in terms of flight sims, they are very new. They have knocked it out of the park with both products. And using them both, trust me, it's one heck of an experience. This throttle quadrant's constantly on my desk now. It's my throttle quadrant of choice. Love the look of it, love the design, love all the buttons, love the layout, love the feel. They've just knocked it out of the park. This monstrosity, my goodness me, make sure that your desk is not going to be rattling and rolling when you're using this. And even if it is, it adds to the immersion. I've not experienced anything like it. If you have the means, my friends, go for it. It's not the only force feedback and throttle quadrant on the market. I'm sure some of you have your own combinations which work well for you. Do let us know down in the comments. For me, I've just experienced nothing like it. And again, so fortunate. Thank you, Moza. This is not a paid review. You don't typically get paid for by the big companies. They send you the product. It's up to you to decide what you make of them. And I'm telling you, just sheerly by the number of times I fly this, I do go on Twitch. I mean, I think those streams have now gone because Twitch only keeps them up for a while. But you'll often see me flying a Spitfire, and it's this setup I'm using. I don't even need to give a recommendation if I'm using it so much, do I? But I will. It's fantastic. Let me know your thoughts. Give the video a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. That's making me wobble. And I'll see you soon.